guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I go by the name Meleji Lifestyle on my YouTube channel and also Meleji Lifestyle on all my social media platforms. That is Instagram, TikTok, yeah, Instagram and TikTok. So guys, today I'm at Nabohanze village at Villa Medellin, Marwa's Villa, and today I want to take you through my journey, my story, um, and how I ended up losing my sight and becoming blind. Okay, welcome guys. So I was born a normal kid. I was born by a single parent. I was raised up by a single parent, both my mom and my grandparents. Yeah, I started my primary education at Narok County. Yeah, I ended up finishing my class 8. I passed well. I had good marks, so I qualified to join my high school education still at the same county, Narok County. So I enrolled in Form 1. Life was good at high school. I was a good student, very disciplined like other students. That even led to me being promoted and being made a dormitory captain while I was in Form 2. So I had good interaction with the teachers in school. They used to love me. I also participated in sporting activities and other co-curriculum activities. Like I was good in sports, like in basketball, and also in the music drama. I used to sing a lot. We used to go to many different levels of what can I say, the music drama festivals. Yeah, I've gone to many places due to that. So I remember very well. I had good company while I was in Form 1 and Form 2. But when I reached Form 3, due to that adolescent stage, yeah, let me say it's adolescent stage, I found myself associating and having mixing up with peer pressure, peer groups like the bad company students. So in Form 3, I ended meeting students who are into drugs and substance abuse. So in Form 3, that was when I was introduced to drugs. So I remember very well. We had one of the students who used to sneak at school. Would go and bring maybe drugs like alcohol. They could drink, and they could come in the dormitory at night during midnight when other students are asleep, and they could wake us up and try to influence us to maybe taste and have a taste of the alcohol. So I can say in Form 3 that was when my life started changing, and I was not again the same student that I was from Form 1 to Form 3. So from there, I joined Form 4. So in Form 4, first term, second term, I was still with the same. I was still associating myself with the same group, even which ended up affecting me.
Continue.
So in Form 1, in Form 4, first term and second term, I was still associating myself with the bad company group. And when you reach Form 4, you feel like you are the top boys. Like you run every activities. I was not the same student who was obedient to teachers. Yeah, we had that feeling that now we are on top of the game. So I remember for that time when we were sitting for our national examination papers. That was on 2016. I remember very well. It was on 27th September. So we started our exams well. Um, when it reached the third week we were taking our practical papers were the last papers that we were doing. That was chemistry, practical, and biology. Since I was taking all the sciences. So during this chemistry paper, and remember during this time we were only remaining with 4 days so that we can finish high school. So we woke up in the morning. That was on Friday, ready to sit for my chemistry practical paper. So I remember me and other students while we were taking the chemistry practicals in the lab. Since those exams usually do them in the lab, we were doing them in the lab. So we had different types of chemicals that we were using for our examinations, like the ethanol, sodium hydroxide. All those chemicals were present in the lab. So while we were nearly waiting to complete the paper. Like I actually remember 30 minutes was remaining for us to finish the paper because it was like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So students started testing the ethanol, started testing the ethanol and influencing each other. So you could see students going, taking the ethanol that were made for us to use in the exam paper, and they started drinking, putting it in those test tubes that we were using them in the lab and drinking them. So that was when now we started influencing each other. So like we had like 20 students in the lab taking the same thing, and immediately when they drank, they were getting high, and now they felt that their spirits were high, and also I could say they were using that ethanol, they were doing it as also to remove stress because that examination paper was not easy. It was really difficult. So when we completed the exam, one of the students sneaked in the lab, and they, so I remember I tried to, I knew that now my condition was worsening, and even the students were threatening me not to go to the dispensary because the story will leak out to the teachers and the board of directors in school, and we will be punished for that. So I decided to hide in the dormitory the whole Saturday. So Sunday, waking up Sunday, now my situation got even more severe because in my mouth I was removing what is it called, the form, yes, 11 form of form. Now, and also I could not walk, I could not talk or even hear anything, but my eyes were still there, I could see. So students saw that the condition has worsened, so they decided to carry me up to the dispensary. On reaching the dispensary, the nurse said that, since it's chemical poisoning, I had to be taken to the Narok District Hospital. So they called a taxi, and I was taken to Narok District Hospital. And since the school had the idea that I drank ethanol, a chemical poison from the lab, and they knew that as a school they had failed because they left the lab open, and labs are not supposed to be accessed by students. So the school neglected me, even teachers. Even I remember I was going to the hospital. No teacher had accompanied me back to the when I went to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. I was admitted, but in the Narok District Hospital, they said that they could not handle my case because the damage had already happened, and they lack like the ICU facility, ICU, the ICU. What can I say? The ICU where the ICU, they lack the ICU equipment. So I had to be transferred to Nakuru Level 5 Hospital. Since my condition was worse, even by that time I could not breathe, and now that was the time that even my eyes started dimming. So I couldn't see so far. My eyes were starting to dim. I was seeing blood vision. So they brought an ambulance. I was loaded on the ambulance. Even that was when I remember I was being told was that I could not. I think I was collapsed by that time. I fainted. But these were stories that I was told. So some of my family members, even when they came to the hospital, the Narok District Hospital, they couldn't recognize me because I had grown pale and so thin, and my skin had turned. I was looking like, maybe let me say, like a reptile. My skin was rough. I was dehydrated. So I went to Nakuru Level 5 Hospital where I was taken directly to the ICU. So I stayed in the ICU for 2 weeks. And I remember when I was out of the ICU, when I go to the ward, even that is where the media came in, Citizen TV, and other radio stations to interview me. So guys, you can even check me on Citizen TV. My link is there. When you write Narok students on YouTube, yeah, you'll see me being interviewed by Citizen TV. And I was my video premiered during at 7 a.m. in the news. I was in the news. The 7 a.m. news and the 7 p.m. news and the 9 p.m. news. So I was there, and even in all the radio stations, maybe in Kenya, let me say that. So I stayed in Nakuru Level 5 hospital, but since it was a government hospital, you could find that there were no specialists, doctors were not there. And during that time, it was when the doctors had strike. So I had to be transferred to another private hospital on my third week. But by that time, guys, I had lost completely my sight. I couldn't see, I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat. Even it was, I couldn't walk, I was using wheelchair. So, and all my relatives now, they came hearing the story from all over. So, I remember I was in the ward. I was lying in the bed, so weak, not knowing what to do. I could even urinate on myself. I could do nothing, and there were tubes all over my body. There were tubes all over the medical the doctor's tubes. Uh, so I was given a lot of medicine there. So I stayed in that private hospital. It's called Annex for like a month. Yeah, that is when my family decided, hey, since his eyes are not seeing, maybe we should take him to an eye specialist, an optician, and to see if we could recover, my eyes could recover before it's too late. So from Annex, after spending a month in Annex, I went to Kikuyu Hospital. That is where they specialize in the eyes. So in Kikuyu, I remember I met a doctor, and he advised, he checked my eyes, and I remember him, as I was told, because I couldn't see at that point. He shook his head with sadness, and that was when he broke the news that my optical nerves were completely destroyed, and the poison even got to a point. Even it was it had damaged even the nerves for the ear. So he said even I was so lucky that right now I couldn't even see or hear. So he told me the damage has already happened, and my optical nerves they're already damaged. So what I should do, he advised us that we should not waste any more resources going to India or going to any other hospital. We just go home, and maybe after some time, we should look for a school for the visually impaired where I should go for rehabilitation and being taught how to use a white pen. So I remember that news. It hit me with. And I was so scared, and I couldn't believe that was the case. That now this was my life. I still had hope. So, and even my mom had hope in that had hope. So we went to different hospitals, to different eye specialist hospitals. I went to like a hospital called Lions Hospital. It is in Westlands. Yeah. So even there we went. We were being given the same news. Okay, continue. So I went to even Lions Hospital. I was given the same news. So I became shocked, not knowing what to do. By that time, I could not walk. I was using a wheelchair. Uh, Remember, I had missed 2 of my examination papers. So when I thought to myself, who has cast me, or what's the plan of God? What has He decided? What has He decided with my life? Because even the same year, that 2016, like 3 months before, I had lost my grandma, who 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 she was one of she was one of my best grandmas. Was I lived with her, and she was the one who was with me all the time. I've grown up with her. So I was so confused, not knowing what to do. So I remember I was there, confused. So from there, I went to Kenyatta Hospital. Uh, so we decided that let's leave the eyes first. Let's try and focus if we can find a doctor who is specialized in nerves, at least for him to maybe see what he can do for me, even to at least walk. Because right now, remember, I couldn't see and I couldn't walk. So, and since the doctors have already brought the news that my eyes are already damaged, we still had hope maybe I could recover my legs. So I remember I went to Kenyatta Hospital, where I was given tablets which will help me boost my nerves. Yeah, I remember even the name of the tablet. They were called Gabanabs. Gabanabs. So I went home. From there, I went home. Uh, Now that was in 2017. 2017, I went home. But since my condition was not stable, I had again to be admitted in the hospital for like, I stayed in the hospital, hospital in Kitengela like for 4 months, at least for me to stabilize my condition. So after 4 months, remember nobody was prepared for what had happened. So even by that time we had run bankrupt, and my mom had no money. All the money people had contributed in our family, so everybody had run bankrupt. So I had to go home at least to recover from home. So by by 2017 2017 December, my eyes started recovering. Yeah, they started coming back by its own. And by that time, I could walk. The drugs that the doctor in Kenyatta gave me, they were helping my nerves. So I could walk a bit. But sometimes I was using wheelchair. So my eyes started recovering. So I went back to the same doctor who gave me the medication for my legs, to boost my legs, and advised him, since we saw him as a profession, and we told him, hey, could you have any knowledge on how we could also fix this eyes? Yeah, and he said yes, he knows of a drug that I can use, and maybe it can help me it could help fix my optical nerve. So I took the drugs, not knowing that the doctor had Googled. He had done no research about that drug. He just gave me the drug without doing research. So, and by that time, remember, I went seeing. So my eyes were coming, but I was start now seeing. I was start seeing blood images again. So they were coming back slowly by slowly. So when I was given these drugs, I went back home. I used the drugs, and on the second week, I remember I was using the drug again. My eyes started dimming. So again, I was thinking like maybe if you could give me something like this one, I could tell you that this is a white cane. If you could take me to a car and tell me to read the number plate, I could read. But when I used while on the second week, while I was still using that drug, I noticed that this drug is not helping me. Rather, it's affecting me more because now my cells are starting to derail again, to disappear. So we went back to the same doctor and told him, hey, since you gave the last time you gave me this drug, now it's the second week I'm using the drug. But rather than it helping me, my eyes are dimming again. eh. And by that time, when I was going back to him, I could see nothing. I remember when I went to pick those drugs, at least I was seeing him. Even if, I remember him giving him his hand, and I could see the hand, and I could shake it. So that is when we decided to Google for ourselves the drug that he gave me, and that was when we were shocked to discover that he misdiagnosed me. Just Google a drug which even it was written in the side effect. When you read the side effect of the drug, it affects even a normal person who is seeing. It affects the eyesight. So what I can say is the drug that the doctor gave me is the one that made my eyes now go totally blind. And now from there, that was when now I became totally blind. I tried going out to other hospitals. They said that it was too late because I was already misdiagnosed. I had taken the tablets for 2 weeks. Now they could do nothing. They couldn't take it from my system. Now and it was too late. And now from there now, I became depressed, stressed. I told my mom, now from here, let's not waste any resources because it is too much. Like now a year we are struggling with the same thing, and we are getting negative event results, ending up being misdiagnosed. So I became afraid even going to hospitals because I was saying to myself, no, if I go to another hospital, they give me and they misdiagnose me again, I go back to the wheelchair. Since by that time at least I was walking, but somebody had to hold me at least because I was not that stable. So yeah, from there I went back home, and I've been staying home, being depressed for the longest time. So while I was at home, I was depressed, so depressed that I got to a point that even I was thinking of taking my life. Like I tried in two accounts taking my life. I tried by taking tablets, the Panadol pills, so as to take my life. I remember even it got to a point my uncles were called, even the chief of Narok, the area chief was called. They accompanied my uncle at least to come and talk to me and try to give me hope. So during that time, by that time it was 2018. So that was when I met that guy who was also visually impaired. I saw his story on TV, K24 TV, and that was I listened to his story and how he was positive. For him, he was born blind and he had achieved, he had finished his college and now he was working. So I took his number from the TV and I called him. And I remember that on the same week he came to our home and we spoke with him. Yeah, we had a conversation and he gave me hope. He told me that I should accept myself because right now I could do nothing. Uh, so he gave me advice and also he referred me to a school that is called a rehabilitation center where I could go, where I will go and maybe at least get knowledge on how to use white cane, on how to become independent in life, and also take a course in IT, a 6 month course in IT, which will help me use my laptop and my phone, at least live an independent life. So in 2019, I took that initiative and I enrolled in that school. Yeah, it's also a rehabilitation center. So for 6 months, I did my course. I did IT and also orientation, how to use my white cane, how to become independent in life. Yeah, and at least my life now at least I started getting hope in life and knowing that that was not the end of me. Yeah, from there when I finished my 6 month course, I enrolled in campus now, the college. I went to Tangaza University College, and I remember I did a course in leadership and resource management. But on reaching the that semester, I had so many challenges. Being the only visually impaired student in that school, life was hard, and being used to to learn, being used to learning using your eyes. Now I'm using braille, you know. So it was really hard for me. So and also another challenge was that the school had no resources for the visually impaired students, like the braille and even the teachers who are specialized in the visually impaired in education. So I had to drop out even in school and in college due to even lack of funds, because it was expensive for me to commute from home to school. So I had to drop out due to all those challenges. And you could find maybe in class, some of the students could mock you since they have never interacted with a visually impaired person, and they never knew that a visually impaired person can maybe pursue his dreams. And also we can try and read. Um, so that led to me dropping out, and I decided now to stay at home. Again, I fell back to depression. I went back to depression. Now I wondered what should I do. So I remember like I stayed at home like for an year, 2019, 2020, and at 2021, I think I discovered Marwa at 2021 because I was staying at home, being bored and depressed. I was just going through my YouTube videos. That was when I discovered Marwa. Yeah, and I loved his content since when I was going through his content, I found out that he's a guy who was explaining, like, when he was building this house, he could explain everything on what was in the compound. So I got interested in who is this man? Now he started motivating me, and then even me, I ended up having a passion to know more about him. So I loved his videos since he could interpret well what's going on. He could describe, and I could visualize in my head what he's saying. Like this villa, the way he was describing it, I had an image. I could visualize in my mind how everything was. And And from there, I started loving him. I started loving his content. I followed even his brother, Baby Junior, his sister, Demwango, mom. I became a fan of him. And from there, that was when I saw him, the way he was impacting the community here. Like guys like Mayugno, Kitirimba, there's another guy called Chacha, who was working in the construction here. I saw the way their lives were being impacted due to him opening for them the YouTube channel. And so I got an interest and I told myself, why should I not open a YouTube channel and use it maybe to create awareness out there, use it for education purposes, and even for showing people, forecasting my lifestyle as a visually impaired person, for even parents, for even any I could create awareness and even for my message even to reach out there. Because you see this issue of students consuming ethanol, it has been an issue that has been repeating itself from year to year. Like this year, we had students who consume the same ethanol. Last year, we had the same cases. Like each year, while students are doing the examination, the KCC examination papers, they end up drinking this chemical substance. Like I have 5 friends who are visually impaired who ended up consuming the chemicals after me. So I wondered, is the government not creating awareness out there? Are these social media platforms not creating awareness? But the same mistakes keep on repeating itself. So that was when I came out with the idea of me starting a YouTube channel, at least so that my message could reach out there, and for parents and students to get this information and know what what that chemical or testing using substances like chemical substances in the lab could affect their lives. Yeah. So that was when I decided to come to Maro's place, Nyabohanze village. I talked to my uncle, my cousin, and my girlfriend. Yeah, and we came here on Saturday. Yeah, and I met Marwa. And guys, I remember I came here with 79 subscribers. And right now I'm at 3K subscribers. So on meeting him, from there my life changed, and I was so happy meeting him. And I want to give a very special shout out to Marwan. Thank you for giving me your platform. Thank you for because my channel has developed, and I promise that I will not let you down. Thank you for the gifts that you gave me, the camera, the tripod. I will use it to create awareness out there and also to inspire youth and also educate people out there. Yeah, and that is it, guys. And still, I'm at Nyabohanze village and I'm enjoying here. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And I'm very happy. Thank you for those who believed in me. Thank you for subscribing to my content. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my content because I have more stories to come. I have more stories to come. I have many episodes that still I will be giving you episodes like after 2 days. I give you an episode of how since how I've been and how I've been managing my life and how I've been living my life, my dating life, everything, guys. I will be giving you. So please subscribe to my content, like, share, yeah. And the road is to 5,000 subscribers, guys. So get me to 5,000 subscribers, and please share my content out there. Thank you very much. And please remember it's Melody Lifestyle on all social media platforms. I'm on TikTok and also on Instagram. Thank you. Tomorrow.